We are looking at Claire's backstroke, above the water, commentary by Coach Chris. Alright, Claire, let's take a quick look. I'm going to run this through one time at full speed so we can just talk about what we see. So what I'm seeing right now is a really good shoulder roll. Solid turn. But what I'm really seeing, the first thing that stands out is, and I'm not surprised, is you have a really solid pull, really solid shoulder roll. And that is very key. It's one of the things we keep working on. If you watch, and I'm going to slow this down, I'm going to watch, because the shoulder roll is awesome. You're leading with the shoulder out, bringing the shoulder in. We'll take one look at that in slower motion. Slow it down even more. Okay, so we can kind of see here. So there you go. See that shoulder out, shoulder in? Perfect. That's exactly what we work on. Very, very, very good for an athlete your age. Rotating that pinky down, rotating from the shoulder. So a lot of those fundamentals I can tell you've worked on really hard. They look really good. One thing I want to watch, and we'll see this underwater too, look at those hips. I want you to see if you notice anything about the hips. Because right now you can kind of see them, your hips are kind of doing a little wiggle. I'm going to talk about why that is. But they're kind of moving, let's go back, kind of moving side to side as your hands in there. See how the hips go? So nice, you have a real nice shoulder roll, but I think you're over rotating those hips. I think you're turning your hips a little too more on your side. And part of that is your kick, you're just kind of not getting a quick enough beat or rhythm to your kick. And that'll create some more stability. And part of it is don't try to roll the hips so far. Roll the shoulders. You want to roll the hips with the shoulders, but you don't want to roll the hips as far up and as far down as you're doing with your shoulders, because your shoulder roll looks great. But we need a little more stability from the hips down, and when you're trying to roll the hips that far, you're kind of creating instability with your feet, and you're not getting as much out of your kick. You're not having a stable base. So we can kind of see hips just kind of wiggle a little bit back and forth as we kick. See that? See how they kind of go back and forth? So that's the biggest thing I'm seeing when I'm watching you. Your head's back real nice. You have a real nice recovery. Okay, we're still a little skinny. We're still a little, we talk about being in the skinny Y position. So right now we're just a little bit too much over our shoulders. So I want you to widen that Y out a little bit on that hand entry. Just get those hands in a little bit more outside the shoulder. And that'll help you with tempo, and that'll help you a lot with a little bit more comfortable set for your catch on your pull. See how that hand just kind of goes right above the shoulder? It's a little bit outside, so it's not bad, but you need to get a little bit wider. That'll also help you balance out those hips. Let's take a look at your stroke underwater.